Okay, so scenario number 3. Validate if the items selected in the page 2 are matching with the items displayed in the checkout page. Good question. So, what you need to do it here, let me open the general store. So, let us select 2 items or 1 item in the page 1, and then we will make sure that item, I will select the first item here, add to cart, grab your text here, and when you go to the next page and the text whatever present here should match with this text. Okay, just to confirm that checkout page is same as the before page. But I think that we can implement in scenario 2 only. Let us try that. In scenario 3, if the text equals to Jordan 6 rings, this is little pretty straightforward, right? I think you guys can do it. I will give this as an assignment for you. So, however, you are selecting Jordan 6 rings and you are reaching the last page by clicking on add to cart button. Okay. So, after that you need to grab the text here and then compare this Jordan 6 rings with this. Okay, it is pretty straightforward. I would simply wrap this. Let us put assertion and then fail it if it is not matching. Okay, so here you cannot go by text because you are validating whether the text itself is correct or not. So, you cannot use text path. You have to obviously go with resource ID here. So, yeah, if you are familiar that you are selecting only one product, then you can just say driver dot find element and then do the things. I will quickly write the step. Get text. There is only one element, so I am doing get text here. String last page text. Once you have that, put assertion. Assert dot assert equals actual text is this, expected is the Jordan 6 rings, right? And that is it. This will validate whether the product selected in the step 2 is matching on the step 3 or not. Okay. So, we visually confirmed that we have clicked an add to cart in the page number 2 and we reached page number 3, but we should not do that. Who will monitor your automation test every time? There should be some validation point in your test, so the test should compare whether whatever you selected on the page 2 is appearing on page 3 correctly or not. Okay. Test case should decide and fail it if it is not matching. Okay. So, in the last lecture we just completed automation flow, but there is no validation there. That validation we have put now on the line number 53 by grabbing this text and the previous text and putting an assertion between them. Okay. So, if something is wrong, it will fail. If not, it passes. That is it. Okay. So, you just need to run this, and we already confirmed that it is working. So, you need not run again. So, that is about comparison with assertion. Okay. Let us go to the scenario number 4. Validate the total amount displayed in the checkout page matches with sum of products amount selected for shopping. Okay. So, basically when you select 2 products, select multiple products, because sum of total will be actually calculated only when you have multiple products. When you do add to cart, so 160.97 120 is displayed, right? Now verify that sum of these 2 amounts matches with total purchase amount. That is your requirement. So basically you are validating some functionality here, purchase amount functionality here, by summing up these two products. So you have to come to this step, grab the prices of all the products displayed in the cart, sum them, and again grab the product which is displayed here and verify the total matches. That is your test case. Interesting, right? Let's do that. So now instead of me going down to specific product and selecting some item, I will just select the top two items, because we already discussed how to scroll and how to identify them, right? So we need not waste time again on talking those items. So I will display directly whatever the products I can see on the screen when I am on this page. But again, there is a little trick here. Let me show you. Now I will inspect. So my aim here is to select any two products and go to the next page. That's it. So let's not complicate at this page level. Let's do all the validations in our next page, which is our actual test case validation. So I need to select add to cart and add to cart for the first two products. So I have a text called add to cart. I can say driver dot find elements plural by XPath with add to cart, so that I can click on get of 0 and get of 1, so that both will be selected. This is our first assumption. Let's start our testing then. I will again copy the base test which we have, that form filling. Okay. Now when you are in this page, XPath / tag name @ attribute here equals to text and add to let me grab that add to cart. And this is one of the interview question. I don't know, one of my student came up with this scenario and then said I got failed answering this question, and that motivated me to put this functionality here. Yeah, so there are multiple items, right? So find elements, we need to click first two products, get of 0 dot click. Perfect. I also need to select second product which is displayed on the screen. So on the screen only two items will be displayed, and when I try to pull the XPath with add to cart, it will give me the two items, this one and this one. So get of 0 will click on the first and get of 1 will click on the second. Will this work? What do you think? Will this work or not? That is the question. So if you want to just click add to cart, I think we already did this test, right? Let me copy this step. This will simply click on this button and go to the next page. Ideally it should work, but this will fail. Why? Let's try. Let me run this and see why will this fail. There is no wrong in our assumption that there are two add to carts, so we are just taking find elements. Our XPath is perfectly correct and we have selected proper indexes, but still it might throw an error. Okay, trying to fill the form. Okay, observe the execution. Add to cart, and what about next one? It's not adding the second product. Why that is adding the only first product but not second product? Any idea? And it thrown an error. Okay, let's go back. Okay, the error here is index out of bound. So what is this error? This error is saying that I do have only one index with me, but you are trying to click on the second index which is not existing. That's what error is complaining. But why we are getting this? We clearly know that there are two indexes, right? So problem here is, yes, there are two indexes. Your code, whatever you wrote, is correct, but your code is no more valid after clicking on this button. Why? Now, first of all, find elements, add to cart. It have found two elements and you asked to click on 0, which is okay. Clicked. Perfect. Now, again you are asking to find elements with XPath of add to cart. This time there is only one item. This is no more add to cart. Okay, the text have changed to added to cart, isn't it? So whenever you are executing this step again, it's complaining that I have only one add to cart, which is okay. If you do get of 0, then this is the only item present, it will click on this. But we are assuming that this is actually valid when before clicking on add to cart. In this case there are two items, 0th index, first index, but after clicking on 0th index, this array value decreased, right? And now when you again try to do XPath add to cart, there is only one item, and now if you want to click on this, you have to again make it 0, isn't it? So that's the trick. And this was the scenario given, and the candidate was very sure that find elements 0th one, it should click, but it's not clicking. So he did not observe that this text is no more valid after clicking on this add to cart. It was changed to added to cart, isn't it? So why this fail, you are clear now. But to avoid this situation, people may generally ask you to avoid this text attribute in XPaths. If you write ID, then it will still be the same, right? Even if it's added to cart or add to cart, just because you are relying on the text got changed. Okay, but unfortunately in Appium, in most of the cases, we will be relying on text only. Appium mobile attributes are a little different. You will not see IDs all the time, and you should always depend upon XPaths, and even the XPaths class names will be almost same for most of the items. It's a really tough job. With my experience of handling at least 30 to 40 app real-time projects, I'm saying that text attribute, you cannot skip it. So when you come across that situations, handle it smartly, and then now it will work. I have changed 1 back to 0, and then let's try this program again, and it should take us safely to the last page. Let's see. So in my view, e-commerce is only the complicated apps or complicated websites. If you can understand this, you can automate any app. Okay, these are having some tricky things like this: scrolling, adding to carts, summing up the total. So you will get enough confidence that you can automate any app. You see that it clicked on 2 added carts, and now it smoothly moved to the final page with the 2 items. Alright, so in our next lecture, let's start our actual goal of capturing these 2 values, summing up, and then validating with the totals. Again, that's also one of the interesting thing, and tricky parts are existing there as well. We'll see that in next lecture. Thank you.